corruption, recession, inflation, social injustice. What is the way forward for Mother Zambia? Today's topic is a very important topic. My country, where I come from, Zambia, is about to go for its general election in August 2021, and I just want to tackle a few things concerning the political, social, as well as the economic situation in Zambia. So subscribe to my channel before we get into the video and hit the notification button so you don't miss out on any of my videos. First of all, I want to talk about the political situation that is currently going on in Zambia. We all know about the COVID-19 and it's affected the entire world. All the countries in the world have been affected by the COVID-19. So first and foremost, I want to rule out the COVID-19 as something to blame with the current situation in Zambia. Before we even go to vote, before we even go into the details of choosing who is better and who is not better to lead our nation, I want to ask you and myself right now, what have you not heard that these politicians tell you every single time it's time to vote? Every single time they come to campaign to your areas and ask for your vote, what have you not heard that they are telling you now, that they've told you before, that they told you even before you ushered them into power, that you've not heard? What's their agenda? What things are they going to do that's different from what they're doing now? We need to wake up as a nation, as a country. The political situation in Zambia is full of people that are all old. They are old. And they've told us their manifesto is the same manifesto they told us 7 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Talking of the current regime under the PF government, look at what has happened the 5 years that has gone by. The way the country was 5 years ago and the way the country is politically and economically and socially. I will come to the other two in a minute. Where is our country now? Politically, there is no norm or, the political way of doing things. There is no norm. Anybody can say what they want in politics. Anybody can, insult, for example, anybody can there's just so much disrespect in the political, situation in Zambia. People are beating each other over what? Why are we fighting? Why are we beating our brothers and sisters? Because I choose to support a certain party that you don't support? Why are we fighting against each other? Why are you going to shoot your fellow brother? Why are you going to kill your fellow sister because they support a party that you and I don't support? The fight here is not amongst ourselves. The fight here is poverty. The fight here is having a good economic situation, social justice. This is the fight we should be fighting for, you and I. If we are to make a better Zambia, it's you and I to create it. You are the future leaders. In fact, you are the leaders. Why are we leaving our country to people that have already governed this country and they are already tired of governing this country, and the only thing they are doing is fattening their pockets? This is the question I want to ask you and I today. The issue of tribalism in Zambia is an ongoing issue. I, for one, am a Bemba by tribe. I come from a Bemba background. And I, for one, I was a strong PF supporter as I speak unto you. But when you see things that were promised to you, when the youths came in numbers to support the PF under the regime Michael Chilufya-Sata, the youths came in numbers to vote for change, the change that we aimed for. And Sata was the change that we wanted. Unfortunately, may his soul rest in peace. We were robbed of that change. We were robbed of that change that all the youths in Zambia aimed for. And that brings us to the current political situation at the moment. Going back to the issue of tribalism, my brother, my sister, we only got one land. If you and I are going to still stand here and look me in the eye and say I'm not going to vote for a certain party because they're not my tribe, my sister, my brother, you are ruining the generation that is to come, because once you ruin your land, you've got nowhere to run to. We need to stop putting the tribe in the political agendas. It doesn't matter where you come from. I am non-partisan. It doesn't matter where you come from. But if you see something that is wrong, and if you see a politician that is not doing according to his way, according to his manifesto, you've got the right to usher that politician out and give somebody else a chance. I'm not campaigning for anybody. I'm saying the political situation in Zambia right now, Zambia needs change. It's you and I to give another person a chance. It may be HAKAINDE, HICHILEMA. It may be you want to vote for President EDGAR LUNGU, or you want to vote for Kambwili. But what choice do you have? What haven't you heard that they've told you already? Why can't you give somebody else a chance? So that you and I, my brother, my sister, it's a democratic country. Whoever promises something and does not fulfill their promise, they have to go out. It's really, really sad that in 2021, we're still fighting the Tongas. We're still fighting, or because it's Lozi, or because it's Bemba, or because it's Eastern, and things like that. We say we are one Zambia, one nation, but yet we are so divided. Zambia, I've never seen a Zambia so divided as a Zambia as at now. Why? The Western look at us and they laugh at us. Why are we fighting? They've told you their manifesto. The same manifesto, obviously, they told you 5 years ago. What difference is it gonna make? Is this the current situation you want? Is this the political situation you want for the next 5 years? Where you and I have got no say whatsoever. You say freedom of speech. Do we really have freedom of speech in Zambia? You need to ask yourself, if you're gonna want change, you need to ask yourself, what change do you want? At the moment, the political situation in Zambia, it's at its lowest and worst state I've ever seen. People are divided. People are fighting each other. Because I'm Tonga, I cannot, support a Bemba. Because I'm Bemba, I cannot support a Tonga. We are so divided as a nation. You and I need to ask this question when it comes to the political situation in Zambia. Politicians always come whenever they want your vote. This time around, give somebody else a chance and see if there will be any difference. It's a pity that President Michael Sata died before fulfilling his promises. We all saw how he changed the country in the small period of time that he was there. The economic situation in Zambia, my good Lord. The economic situation and the issue of saying it's COVID. Oh my God, it's not COVID. COVID came in 2020. This is 2021, March 2021. You cannot say this situation has worsened because of COVID. Every nation is affected. Every country in the world was affected and is still affected. In the UK, everything is closed. People have lost their jobs. But the economic situation is caused by the current government. I'm not blaming anyone, but we're calling a spade a spade. The economic situation 5 years ago and where we are now, the economic situation is bad. And the problem is you and I are not able to see this. The problem is we're blindly supporting these parties without actually questioning things. Questioning where these, expensive cars are coming from. Questioning why do we have shortages of nurses in hospitals? Why do we have shortages of facilities like healthcare systems in Zambia? Yet we're busy building. Zambia is the only country that I've ever seen that has got more, shopping malls than healthcare centers or services, like in hospitals. Zambia, why are we gone from where we were 5 years ago to now? Talking of South African rand, Zambian kwacha used to be a good currency when it comes to rand. At the moment as we speak, rand is much better. At the moment as we speak, pound is at 30 kwacha. At the moment as we speak, I think dollar is about 22 kwacha. And yet we blindly, especially I've decided to go away from Facebook because all I see is bullshit. Excuse my French. Nobody is talking of the real issues that's happening in the country. Nobody is asking, where is this money coming from? Why is it that others are able to, show off their monies on social media in the current situation? Why is it that other people are suffering? Other people have got no food on their table, and yet they come to you, to your doorstep, and give you 100 kwacha or 200 kwacha, 1,000 kwacha, and say, vote for me. What happens when you vote for me? Talking of the Mufulira incident that happened 5 years ago, when the miners were promised to say, you will not lose your jobs. Miners voted for the current regime. What happened to the miners? They lost their jobs. The current situation in Mufulira is one of the richest, should be one of the richest towns in Zambia, because that is where most of the copper come from. Zambia's export copper comes from Mufulira, most of it. Why is it that it is the poorest? Why is it that miners are not being looked after? Check out my other video on Glencoe Company and why Zambia's future has been mortgaged. The link will be down below. Why are we not questioning the economic situation in Zambia? Why are we constantly focusing on, irrelevant issues, focusing on people that are not even adding value to the nation or the society? Why are we not holding the government accountable with the current situation in our country? You need to hold the government accountable because you voted for the government. So if they don't fulfill their promise, you and I should hold them accountable. My message to you with the current situation is, and this is the question you should ask yourself: do you really want another 5-10 of this current situation? Where do you see Zambia in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Where do you see the political economic situation in the next 5 years? Because starting from now, if you don't make the right decision, it's gonna be worse than it is now. I'm not speaking from without. The figures can show by themselves. Vote wisely is the way forward for Mother Zambia. What can we do as youths? If we can't take charge, at least learn to speak when you see something that is wrong. Talking of Dr. Kambwili, for example, these people have been in politics for so many years. They live politics. What do they have? Or what do they have to say? What do they have to say to you today? To say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, that they've not done already. Their manifesto. It's high time these people retired and rest. Okay, people that have been in the in politics for so many years, and yet they still have the same manifesto they had 10 years ago, whilst the world has moved on. These people need to take a seat and leave things for fresh minds. It's a sad thing what happened in Kampala, Uganda. I was hoping for, some fresh souls, some fresh minds. Unfortunately, because our African leaders, they don't want to leave, their seats when it's time, they become so angry for power. And that's the situation we're facing in Zambia as well. Let's talk of the social injustice going on in Zambia. Anybody with money can go free. If you're poor, like me and you, will be jailed. Talking of anything against the government, you go to prison. I'm not so sure about, I agree to a certain extent, because most of the people that speak about, you know, the political activists that speak in Zambia, and this is very unfortunate, are like insulting. Why can't you convey a message by just articulating the issues? That's why you invite problems for yourself. You know, you can actually convey the message by actually articulating the issues at hand. So please, if you want to talk about something, my fellow youths that want to like actually hold the government accountable, talk about the economic situation and political situation in Zambia, just convey a message in a respectable manner. Those that have got ears, they will listen. There is no need for you to insult somebody because you want to be heard. It never works. It never works. The social injustices that are going on in our country is bad. People that are shooting people are not being taken to, like, you know, are not being held accountable. Yet if you speak against the current regime, you'll be held accountable. It's not supposed to be like that. It's a democratic country. Everybody has to have the right to freedom of speech. Everybody, it's 21st century. If you're a Zambian citizen, you have to have the right to freedom of speech. Nobody has to touch your mouth because they don't want to speak. The division amongst the supporters, you're supporting different political parties. It's fine for the same cause, except we're so self-centered that as long as bakupasako ka shingo ko, that's it, that's the end. Even those people that used to speak, they'll stop speaking because of the corruption. The corruption in Zambia is at its worst point. The printing of money, the corruption, the whatnot. You see all over social media, people are, you know, flashing out money, kwachas all over the place when people are actually starving in a country where there's onion shortages. How can a country as Zambia, enriched with so much land, enriched with so many minerals, have shortages of onions? Why? Where did we go wrong? Is it now that we need to retract our steps and probably make the right decision in August 2021? Because it's that time of the year. They will come to your doorstep. They will say things that they don't mean. But should we retract our steps? If we're going to retract our steps, the time is now. Ask yourselves, what have you not heard? What is the way forward for Zambia? You and I, youths, you need to rise up, grab your country in your hands, because we are the leaders. And that third generation coming behind us, we need to lay the foundation for that generation. Is rhythm that also musicians that get bored and start singing dununa reverse, dununa what. This is the problem that's causing this situation right now. We need to use our brains and see. Call a spade a spade. Look at the current situation and ask yourself, is this what you want for the next 5 years? My name is Beverly Moore, and I hope you make the right decision. Subscribe to my channel for more videos, and don't forget to hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in my next videos. What is the way forward for Zambia? The choice is yours, and I hope you make the right decision. God bless you, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.